All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome. Good to have you here. I feel like I'm just saying I need to think of a name. I keep thinking of unconventional mindset, but I don't know if that's good, the right name now for this live stream. I'm not sure. Anyways, welcome. Good to see you here. Hope you're all doing well. It is Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. I think it's a holiday here in Canada. I don't know if it's all Canada or just here in Nova Scotia. I'm not sure. But anyways, regardless, holiday or no holiday, we're live streaming. We're getting to work. We're building our business. So hopefully, I don't know, things are going well for you. Brent, how's it going? Hello, hello, W. Hello. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It's been a while since I think you've caught in this live stream. So always great to see you here. And I'd love to hear your feedback, actually, of what we're going to be talking about today, or what we're going to be looking at today. And that's, of course, a little bit of a pivot from what we've been doing mostly for the past couple of years, which is web design and development, which is now we're totally switching over and getting really into podcasting and providing that as a service and doing content creation as well for companies as well too. So let's get into it. Yeah, doing great. That's good to hear. Hope all is well. And yeah, everything is going really well. Can't really complain, except for the fact that, making this kind of big pivot here in the business model. And we're going to see how that's going to be. A little bit nervous and exciting at the same time. But curious to see the website. Yeah, well, let's just dive right into what I got here. I haven't posted it live, but I guess we should probably publish it very soon here just to see how things are going. So here it is. So basically, I guess what we should say is, what is the new website? I've been talking a lot about it in this live stream, but anyways, let's just say what it is that we are pivoting Pixel from doing web design for clients and just building a website to basically taking our space here and renting out our studio as a podcast studio, but also as a content creation studio as well too. So that's basically what we have here, Halifax's premier video podcasting studio. So if you want to do a podcast, you want to create some content, you want to do some courses, whatever, this is where you can come. This is going to be like the place to go. And I'm pretty excited about it. Obviously, we've been shooting the podcast here, and I'm actually with a friend, we're going to be shooting a course for as well too. So that's going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be something else I can put onto this portfolio once this website is done. And of course, there's my own courses that I'm building, and I think there's a couple more people. There's one for sure that they want a course as well too. So I'll probably offer a few pro bono services to people to build up the portfolio and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's one of the things that I've been noticing when talking to people about business is that there's much less interest in people wanting a website than there are of wanting to learn and understand how to create content. Because if I think about it from a pure business standpoint, there's lots of businesses. Well, I mean, for all the businesses, they want one website, right? So there's like one chance to do business, really, if you want a website. Maybe there's some retainers involved in there, or you get them on a subscription service for plans or whatever. Fine. But there's also a whole lot more, I find anyways, of opportunity to create content for businesses, because that's the one thing that is going to need to always be recurring. So we're going to see how it's going to work in terms of being able to capture clients and being able to actually offer services on an ongoing basis as well too. So that's going to be something that's going to be interesting to see. So there's going to be lots of cool learning and things that are going to be going on here in the next coming months. So we're going to talk all about it, and I'm going to be totally open and honest about how everything's going, with the business moving forward. So, and all that being said, if anyone does come ask me if they want a website or whatever, I'm still offering that as a service, but I just don't have it front and center on the website anymore. So people obviously in the city know me for web design, and if that comes to be that they want a website, of course I'm going to help them out. I'm not going to say no to some cash right now while we're, we could use the cash flow, I guess you can say. Anyways, all that being said, let's get on to the website here. So, you know what I'll do? If you do want to take a look at it, I'll publish this right now. Actually, well, it's published on Staging. Let me publish it again here. So if you do want to take a look at this while we go through it, and honestly, if you want to give me some feedback and tell me that it's shit or that you love it, whatever the case may be, please let me know. I'm putting this in the comments right now. So pixel.webflow.io, I think, is what the staging is. So let me just put it up here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's on Staging. So let's have a look at this site right now on, I guess, right here. Okay, so I think I can I don't know how to get rid of the bookmark here. I think, is it Control Shift B? No, Alt B, Control B. Don't know. Anyways, okay. So turn your voice into a brand, grow your podcast into the next big thing with Pixel. So the whole idea here is to entice people that want a podcast and don't know how to start a podcast. And then, you can come partner with me and I'll walk you through the whole process. So Halifax's premier video podcasting studio. We help entrepreneurs, experts, and creators launch and grow professional video podcasts without the technical headaches. And that's kind of the angle that I'm trying to go at here, is that you don't have the technical expertise, you don't have the gear, you don't know all the lighting, all that kind of stuff. You come in here, it's a turnkey solution. You just come in, record, and then away you go. And then I have it here, immediate delivery. So there's always going to be an engineer on site. I always use the term engineer, whatever, is that I'm going to be here recording the podcast in real time. I have a camera switcher and everything like that to switch through the angles, do a live edit, and then they get that product right away as soon as they walk out the door. So you can come in, record, and have a finished product all without having to do any kind of crazy work. So that's kind of like the standard service. Full service experience, fully equipped studio, space to be yourself. I don't know, I just had to throw in something else there. So I'd love to know what you guys think about the content as well. And then there you go. And then it's book the studio. And then of course we'll just go right here real quick. If you want to book the podcast, you're ready to go. 90 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. And if you're interested in this, I could talk about what I decided to go in terms of actually being able to book this. I went with cal.com. So if you want to book a 2-hour podcast session, you just click on there and then it comes in with a 2-hour podcast and you could book your time here. And it's $200. It's linked in with Stripe. I haven't tested this because I don't think you can test this using like a demo account or using your test account on Stripe. So I'm just assuming it's all going to work. I've never actually tried. But yeah, so you just pick a time for when you want to come in. The address is right there, and then you just put your thing, and then you just pay to book, and then it should take you. I think. Well, what? So if we go here, phone number is required. Let me just put in a phone number. 555-1234-56 or 57. Okay, whatever. And if I go pay to book, invalid phone number. Oh my goodness. Okay. What phone number do I put? I don't even know what phone number. I don't know what's a non-valid number. Let me try. I'm just going to try to throw something completely fake. See what happens. Pay to book. Okay. That's not my number. Don't call that number. And then it goes right to here and you're booking $200. So pay now. So that should work too. So that should be pretty, I don't know. That seems like it'll work. Okay, I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to pay. And this is interesting. So I cancel and it brings up to my actual calendar booking, and it has, I got to delete these ones. These are old Pixel ones. So this is like all the different things that they can book. Well, that's kind of interesting. So I wonder if I could put them somewhere else for a cancellation. Anyways, I need to work on that. Okay, anyways, so that's here. So yeah, you can book and it's kind of automated. Okay, so let's go back here to the homepage. Thoughts on doing gradient on the image so the face of the person. Yeah, so I haven't spent too much time. This image is a little bit it's too close up. I need to do another photo shoot to get a better, like the face is just way too big for me. Especially it's pretty big as well too because the image is blown up, but this is about the small size. But I need to back up and like unfortunately with the shot I got here, it's just too much of a tight shot. But that being said, you're saying the gradient so the person lights up a little bit. Yeah, so I need to work on that to figure out what's going to be the best image. But I think it's what I find with doing dark or doing white text on dark. Well, I guess it could be just dark text on white as well too, is getting that right balance between having the right contrast on the picture to be able to still see the actual text. So I think I agree with you is that we could brighten the face up a little bit more, but we have to be careful to make sure that the text is still legible. So I think you're right. There's some things that we can do to fix up the design to make sure it's, as good as it possibly can be. But I think all the images are kind of like that. We see that. So if we go to how we work as an example, again, it's the same thing. I prefer to go on the side of just having it darker right now so that the text is visible and just, I don't know. That's just the choice. That's just the design choice that I made. And yeah, it might be difficult to, I could, Yeah, I could in software, just put like a gradient on someone's face or whatever and brighten up the face or whatever. And I don't want it to look a little bit too, I don't know how that would look. We'll see, just like a little bit of a mask on there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyways, moving on to the rest of the website. So then the whole idea is how we work. So it's just to give them a 4-step process to understand how it is you can go from nothing to getting your time slot booked and recording your episode. So number 1, you go through the booking thing. Number 2, then you come in the studio ready to create killer content. We'll be here to manage all the equipment and then record. Delivery, the live video podcast is going to be ready right away. And then the raw files delivered the next day, just the raw audio files. I should probably put that in there. And then post-production, if you need any additional services. So basically the base price of the 90 minutes to 2 hours, 3 hours for the recording time is just for the raw files only. And if you want anything other than just the raw files, like if you want social media content, all that kind of stuff, that's going to be done through like basically a quote. So because it depends on what they want, it's going to be different for every single client and every single person. So actually, we'll go talk about that in the pricing. Actually, let's go to the pricing page right now. So I kind of kept this on. Let me go to Pixel right now. So if you look at this is the pricing page. I just almost kind of took this and just basically turned it into dark mode. So the pricing here. So yeah, single podcasting session starts at $150, and then the full service starts at $500 per episode and 8 episodes minimum. So if somebody wants to partner with us, and then we'll edit the podcast even more than just a live edit. If they want social media clips, if they want to talk about strategy, if they want help with analytics, if they want to figure out how to use social media, all that kind of stuff, like everything that goes beyond just the podcasting, they can come talk to me and we can figure out a plan that will make sense for them. And then we'll almost be able to sell it in like season packages. Like if you want to do a 8 episode podcast season or 12 episode, 24, whatever the case may be, we can put together a contract and say, okay, well, we'll do X, Y, and Z for you at this cost, like per episode, and then just go from there. And then from there, there's no actual pricing. It's just book for a free 15-minute call. And I think that just takes you to, just having a quick Zoom call. So yeah, and then there's this one here. And again, I'm not sure exactly how to sell this one, but this is the creative studio session. So if you want to come in and just record something that's not a podcast, whether that's probably thinking of YouTube videos or course content right now, we have that set at $150 per hour. So you want to come in, we got 4K cameras, we got all the kind of professional lighting, we got audio, we got all this kind of stuff, teleprompter, everything you would need basically to record any kind of video, and we can have different looks, obviously, of the studio. And you come in, it's $150 an hour, and we'll do that for you as well too. So that's kind of where we are in terms of the different services that we're going to offer. Rolando, how's it going? Welcome. Good to see you here as always. How was your weekend? Hope everything was going well. And again, thank you so much for touching base with me over the weekend. As we're messing around with some DNS stuff over the weekend. You know what? You say that, and that's one of the first things that I happen to think of where I say, the only limit is your imagination. Okay. My whole thought is, if anyone comes in and says, oh, I want to shoot some OnlyFans content, I'd be like, no, not in my house. Okay. That's not happening in my place. It's funny though, because like, why would that be the first thing that I would think of? Because it's like, can really anybody shoot anything in here? It's like, okay, well, maybe not anything, but yeah, that's funny. Anyways, I'll just leave that as that. But yeah, no, that's not happening in my house. I'd have to get paid significantly about. Maybe we'd have to do it something where it's a what's the word I'm looking for here? Like it's an equity based thing. I'll take 10% of your tips or whatever. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man, I couldn't even imagine filming that kind of stuff, and just being like, whatever. People are going to do whatever it is that they're going to want to do. But like for me, someone to come in that's like a stranger and says, I want to make this kind of content, and be like, would you film it for me? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't do that. Maybe ask me when I was like 18, I'd be like, hell yeah. But now No, not a chance. Anyways, all right. So so that's our pricing page, and then we have this frequently asked questions: how many people can fit in your studio? This is kind of interesting because I do want to have this whole space set up for 4 guests, but right now I say that I can only have a 2-person because just in the back right here, I need a slightly bigger table to be able to fit 4 people, and I have to configure the room around a little bit more to be able to fit those people comfortably and to have a good camera angle for the 4 people. So I need to figure that out. But because a 4-person podcast, I think, is for all the different podcast studios that I've seen here in Canada and in the United States. 4 people is kind of like a standard thing. So I need to get on that as quickly as I possibly can. And there is one more thing in terms of pricing. And somebody actually asked me about this as well too. So I was like, I figure I could ask them. I don't even know, Rolando, maybe you said this as well too. It said, blah, 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 blah. No. Oh yeah. A home studio. Someone was like, this would be really good if you offered this as a service for people, that if you built their home studio for them and set up like the whole cameras and all that kind of stuff and lighting and figure out how to do that. So I figured I'd put that in here under build. So if you want to look at this handsome guy here on this page. If you want to have your own home studio, just like this, if you want to do live streams or videos or professional like Zoom calls, whatever the case may be, I'll just have like this studio, this one package where I can come in, we'll design everything, we'll work together, and then I'll go to your place and like actually like install everything. I don't even know what to put for pricing here. $2,000 would be almost for me just kind of telling you what to get. But if you wanted to have me come into your place, do the whole thing, it would be like between 5 and like 10K, I would imagine, to get everything. I don't know. Just what's the word I'm looking for? To do all of that work would probably cost that much money for me to actually go to your house, install the lights, install the cameras, get all your computer all set up, all that kind of stuff. Like it would be a lot of work to do, which would be a lot of fun. But anyways, I would think the idea here would be to target like those CEO, like higher level professional people that already have an established business or whatever, but are looking for ways of how they could like elevate their presence or whatever. Or maybe they're thinking that they need to go out and do some more creative work and get on camera and do all that kind of stuff because that's something that's being pushed a lot more lately. So anyways, that's kind of my thoughts about that. So Rolando, have you already created the Google My Business card and the schema? No, I haven't done that because I haven't even pushed this live yet. We're going to push this live now. And that's something that we need to do, obviously, which I'm notoriously very, very bad at, but we definitely need to do that. So change the title of build to something that specifies that your build is setups because it's not clear. Okay, so it's not clear. So what would be more clear, or what can we say? Could it be just like your studio, or I see what you're saying, it not being clear. Because it's like your studio or like home studio design. And is there anything that we can do that's just a one word? I guess it could be more than one. We have how we work here. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. Okay, let's if you guys think of anything, just let me know. But I'll think about that and we'll see what we can come up with. And just a couple of images here of like sample studios or what have you. Okay. And let's talk. I think this gets to, where does this go? This goes to a calendar link as well to just book a call. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, and then what other pages we haven't looked at? We haven't looked at the studio page. Space to bring your vision to life, design for creativity, and just images here of what the studio looks like. So that's it. That's basically it. It's pretty simple. There's only 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. And these are just booking pages. So if you want to book the studio for 4 hours or 8 hours, you just say 8 hours. You come here, book for 8 hours, $1,200. Away you go. And then select what date works the best for you. And I think with this one, you can only pick, I need to limit. Oh yeah. I think it's only a month at a time or something like that. You can only pick the first time, 9 a.m. If you're going to book for an 8-hour time slot. So yeah, so that's the site. So, okay. So a couple of things we need to think of that are not crazy deal breakers right now, I don't think, in order to launch this thing live is this going home? That's not going home. Why is that not going home? Let's go here. Oh, that's not linked to a page. Okay, let's do that now. Okay. So we need to think about this word build and make that, be better. We need to think about how we can maybe make the images a little bit more clear or what have you. So that's a second thing. And actually, I think those were the 2 comments. So add more images of the studio, more close-ups. Remember that as a highly visual product. Yeah, so that's one thing. I tried to throw in as many images as I could. So obviously there's the big hero image. So this one doesn't have this, how we work. So Rolando, where would you say it would need more images? Would it be in the actual studio page itself? Because obviously there's a full image right here. And then it's just designed for creativity. And then there's just these 6 images here. Should we have more images here? Probably, I guess, eh? Like add a gallery section. Yeah, so when this is when I click on it, then like the full image I guess will pop up. I guess we could even do that pretty quickly, I would imagine, to make it a gallery as opposed to at least 7 more. That's specific. It's got so 7 plus 6, so that's 13. Probably want to make it an even number, so the grid looks nice. Where are we? Let's go to page. We're talking about studio. I'll have to get some more pages. I have to get some more images. Image gallery. So let's just see this for a quick second here. See if we can do this quickly here. Gallery. It's been a while since I've made like a light box in here in Webflow. All right. Let's try this here real quick. Mason, yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'll be honest. Well, I mean, I don't know about this. So this is all just my own thoughts here. I've been researching and looking up other other websites of other companies that have a podcast studio and that have a creative studio. And I haven't seen, it's very funny, but they're not that image heavy. So that being said, just because everyone else is not doing it or what have you, doesn't mean that I should follow suit, because I agree having great imagery, I think, is probably the most important thing, especially since the whole idea is to create a very nice visual showcase for what we can do. So I agree that we could do better at making this more visual. So not a high priority, but I have some icons here and there. Yeah, I think with these ones here, I think this would look really good, like 4K display, flexibility, support, gear. Having icons there, yeah, I think that would look really, really nice. So point taken there. Let me actually make some notes here because you guys are giving me some good points. So images, icons, schema. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, agreed. Okay. So, right. Let's work on this really quick. So, let's just see this real quick. So what was the first image? I think the first image was right here. Let me just see how this works. So, because if I click on here, is it not supposed to come up in a preview? Lightbox link setting. So this is supposed to connect to a media, I think, right? So if I select this one, All right, let's make this one a little, well, hang on. Okay. Now I think this should work. So yeah. Okay, there we go. So now we have like a light box. So that should work. Whoops, I don't want to click on that one again. So if I copy, whoops. If I copy this one and then I replace this one with the image of, what is it, the camera one? And then if I go in the settings, I guess I need to edit this. Oh, replace this one with this one. All right, let's just, but I can't go next. How do I go to the next? Wait, that's this image. Oh, I think because, oh no, how come? Maybe, no, that image is correct. The media. Make the front of the features bigger. They have to be much more attractive. Forget the logic. Make the font of the feature. Are you talking about this? I think this is what you mean, right? Like the studio features heading, this font size. I think that's what you mean. Something like this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I think putting icons in here as well, I think that's going to help with it quite a bit. Now, if that's larger, it needs a little bit more space, something like that. May I suggest a title for the 4K display? Something like high resolution screen and unbeatable brightness. Like a title for this or here? So something like, or maybe you're saying like this, title. So I definitely want them to be short. Like if this one just says gear, flexibility, support, and then this says high resolution screen and unbeatable brightness. I don't know like the screen, if it's unbeatable brightness or any of that kind of stuff, to be honest. I mean, it's just a regular TV. I mean, 4K TV. I don't know if it has the most nits of all the screens or whatever the hell it is to display brightness. But I like maybe like crystal clear display, something like that. If it's like something like this, large, and then we could say here, and here we could put the 4K here. Yeah, so maybe something like that works a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, crystal is perfect. Okay, great. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So this here, I think we could even say professional gear. And maybe even here, full support. Yeah, we got to get some icons for this. Okay. So in the titles, focus on the benefits. Forget about logic. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. And that makes perfect sense. And I want to do that because we want to attack the pain points. And then the pain points, I think, of course, are, yeah, it's not gear. Nobody cares about gear per se, right? So people care about what their pain points are. And what are their pain points? Their pain points are, well, I think they don't understand the technology. They don't have an easy way to just come in and shoot something, right? Yeah. So I think for me, like I think those are the two biggest, not the two biggest, but the biggest pain points are, yeah, features tell, benefits sell. Okay, just it's rhymes, so it must be true. Right. And these are just features. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Hang on a second. So what page are we on here? This is just the studio page. Let's contrast this studio page. All right, let's go here. Okay. So we can do this gallery thing. This is not critical. Hang on a second. I'm just going to delete this because that's not going to make or break, whether the business gets business like today or whatever. So it's on my list of things to do. We'll get it done. But let's get this wording figured out. They're not pain points, they're desires, because they don't have the problem, just the desire for your video podcast to look amazing. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, this one's just more the step process. Okay. So booking, record, post-production, delivery. Okay. So if we go back here again, so these need to feature, you're saying, Rolando, these things here, like clear, crystal clear display, professional gear, full support, those are desires. That's not necessarily the problem. And so we want them to feel pain, or at least they need to know that we understand what their pain is. I mean, yeah. It's always part of me, and this is maybe because obviously I'm not a crazy marketing expert, is I always think, like, if you are thinking of you wanting a podcast, I guess you know the pain of, like, you don't even know where to start, right? Of not being overwhelmed. So I guess time could be a constraint. So instead of design for creativity, I'm like designed to stand out, or created to stand out would be a little bit better. Oh, I see, in terms of the first title. Yeah. Like we're talking about the space themselves, or the space itself, and how it's going to relate to the customer or the potential customer's desire to start and film their own podcast, right? So how do we speak to their pain points? So their pain points, of course, are time. Is that the biggest pain point? I think it's time, and it's technical. Like, they don't know how to do it. I mean, equipment, yeah, it's not so much of a, well, I mean, it is a pain point. It is something that's, it is a big barrier of entry. Okay, so, how do we say this? So I guess when I'm trying to say design for creativity is that it's everything about the service is supposed to be like a plug and play, right? It's removing all the barriers for you to get started, right? So maybe we should just say that. Like, for you, like, just to easily get started. How do we say this? Or like your podcast, the easy way. Yeah, a lot of this text is kind of fluff. I will say I was using ChatGPT to help me out brainstorming a few things here. Yeah, I should, eh? Web designer is a little bit different than content like writer, which I think is where I always have the most difficulty. Not difficulty, but just takes me a little bit of time, I think, to figure out what is the right messaging. But I think what I've noticed too, and I'll say this, I think this is a really big thing here. Let me zoom in, because I think this is really important. Probably the biggest reason why my web design company or my web design services did not take off in the way that I know it could have is because I put in very little time and effort into actually marketing myself to let people know what it is that I did. I don't think there was any issues with my website not having just the right text or the right content, or there wasn't enough, like this was a little confusing, like those little details. I don't think any of that shit mattered because people at the end of the day didn't know who I am and what I've done. Because oftentimes, especially if you're a web designer, and if you are, you probably know this because I experienced this so many times, is I'll look at a site and I'll say, this is one of the worst designed sites I have ever seen. It looks ugly. It doesn't even function very well. The user interface is just kind of all over the place. And the content is not even very good. But you know that that person as a business, they are just killing it. And the reason they're killing it is not because of the fact that their website is bad. They would be doing better business if their website was designed better. But the fact that people know who they are and they do good work, all that kind of stuff, that is what makes them successful. So it's always one thing that I'm trying to really take to heart here with doing this new direction is to really focus on putting myself out there and letting people know what I do and showcasing that every single day. And I was not doing that with web design. And I think, being honest with myself, the big reason why I didn't do that was because in my heart, I knew that I just don't want to build a career anymore on being like a web designer, because I've kind of, like I said, I lost interest in it in a sense because I just don't really want to do it anymore. It doesn't give me that creative spark as it used to when I was first learning it 20 years ago. So anyways, that's just a little bit of a thing that I'm trying to keep in mind. The call to action in the hero is very discreet, as in, well, that's not good. We want it to be pretty front and center. So you're saying it should be a little bit better. So Brent, I'm a web designer and I don't have a website. Yeah, I mean, you hear a lot of people, I've seen it more and more. They're in business or whatever, and they're doing great business. And yeah, they just have like an Instagram page or a LinkedIn or whatever it is. That's the platform of their choice of how they find clients. That's it. So you're seeing that more and more lately, which again is another reason why I'm trying to maybe diversify outside of web design for right now. So Rolando, I don't have one either, but I've already started working on it. Yeah, I mean, like I say for Brent, like, I mean, if you're wanting to be like super, like build an agency, all that kind of stuff, you're going to need a website eventually at some point in time. So it's never a bad thing to have. But I can certainly see people doing business and being successful without having a website. Right. Okay. So, right. Let's see if we can fix up some of this content here a little bit. And then at least launch it, and then we'll just keep working on making the site better and better as we, as we keep going here. Because again, instead of focusing on small little details, let's make sure that people know who we are and what it is that we do. Because part of my strategy, I think we'll probably start talking about this next week, is, I have to email like at least 10 people every day to make sure if they want to be guests on the podcast, all that kind of stuff, and start creating content around podcasting, what I've learned so far about podcasting, being a podcaster, how to prepare for doing an interview with somebody, what are the things to look out for, all these kinds of things that I want to kind of get out there as well to, to help promote myself and what it is that I do. Okay. So, design for creativity. Yeah, right. The pain points, time, the technical barriers, and then also like the equipment barriers, which I guess is almost the same thing as the technical stuff. So like one-stop shop or like just press record. So maybe something like that. Maybe does that make sense? Just press record. If it's something like that, what do you guys think? Does that make sense? And our studio is designed to let your creativity flow. No technical headaches, just a comfortable space to focus on your message. Yeah, I kind of like something like that. I don't know if that's the best sounding way, but I kind of like it. And what do we do here? Crystal clear display, flexibility. So again, we're selling features here, not what did you guys say? Let me go back to the comments here. Benefits. What are the benefits? What features tell, benefits sell, right? Focus on the benefits. Focus on the benefits. So instead of saying professional gear, we'll say like look professional. So I think that could be another pain point. It's like, I want to look good. Like I want to, what is something that people say when they're creating content on YouTube? They're saying, I have a vision of what I want to look like on camera, maybe because they see the big players on YouTube or whatever, and say, I record mine on my phone or whatever. I look like crap. I sound like crap. But with us, we make you look good. You will look good if you come with us. So I think that is a benefit, not a feature, right? And then I don't know exactly how we say this, but so our studio is fully equipped with professional to make you look your best. To make you look your best. Yeah, to make you look your best. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Okay, I think that works. So the idea behind flexibility is here at our place, if people want to have different backgrounds or whatever, we can do some adjustments here in the studio to make things look and fit maybe more of their personality and style. So how do we say that, and how do we list that as a benefit? Like looks amazing with the best equipment. Rolando, are you suggesting that for the title or inside here? Looks amazing with the best equipment. You look professional, be professional. The title, it's a little bit too much for me in terms of how many words it is, because I definitely want to keep the titles at like 2 to 3. I mean, 1, 2, or 3 words I think is probably the best. Because I feel like when you say the best equipment, again, I feel that's more of a feature, right, than a benefit. Like it's just about look beautiful almost in a sense, right? Like if I was going to be a model photographer to shoot models, like I wouldn't be like, hey, Sony A9 Mark III, professional camera. Like who cares, right? It's just, I will make you look beautiful. That's it. You look beautiful. So that's my angle there. Full support. So this is like dedicated on-site support. Okay. Full support's not bad. What do we say for flexibility? What can we say here? This is not spelled right. Flexibility. I think I got an I in there. Okay. So something about like your personality. Um, so let's just say, like, fit your personality or something like that. I will photograph models. My wife will. Add the worst thing. Okay, listen. I'm not touching that at all. I was just trying to make an example. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, that's right. No OnlyFans stuff here, guys. We're just clean podcasts. Fit your personality. Let's just say, and this is where I need to have more images and pictures of what is possible here. So, and I think the images are going to come in the coming weeks once I do some more work with some clients of mine. So I do hear you guys on the more images. So we're gonna do much better on this for sure. So love, fit your personality. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that works. I really appreciate. Yeah, this is really good, guys. Like thinking, benefits. Like how is the client going to benefit from working with me, right? So let's just say, like our studio. Can be arranged. Oh, geez. Arranged. Oh, this is going to be really bad. In many different ways. For different looks. Oh man, how do we say this? Ooh, I like where you're going here. Our studio adapts to what you need, how you need it, easy and fast. Yeah, I like that. Kevin, how's it going? Welcome. Happy Monday. Good to see you here. Doing some brainstorming here on some content. So our studio adapts to what you need, how you need it. I want to be careful because we can't offer everything right now. It's not like I have unlimited types of looks that I can offer. But I think we have the combination of the light and the dark look in terms of the rooms. Because this room is dark and the outside room is obviously light. Yeah, it's just just A. Working on U.S. President's Day. I didn't know that. It's Family Day here in Canada. Or what is the holiday here? Canada holiday calendar. It's some holiday today. Oh, okay. This is public holidays. Let's look at the calendar here. Today's February 17th. Family Day in Nova Scotia. Okay, we're Nova Scotia Heritage Day. Whatever, yeah. So we got some weird day here today. In Manitoba, it's Louis Riel Day, Family Day, the rest of the... Anyways, yeah. Yeah, always working. And there's a big hockey game today. New Americans in your hockey on Saturday. I didn't like that very much at all. The big Four Nations hockey tourney that's going on right now instead of the All-Star game. So much better than a stupid All-Star game. Anyways. Make America great again, even when the entire continent is America. Yeah. Another politics for another day. But hey, North America is not a bad place to live, no matter where you are. Definitely agree on that one. Okay, so our studio can be okay. Let's get back into this. Our studio adapts to what you need, how you need it. Arrange to fit your personality, to fit your style. Hmm. Uh, Yeah, I don't know how to say this. Oh my goodness. What did we say before? Can rearrange with love chairs for different look. Yeah, so that was being really too procedural here. Yeah, to fit your preference. Yeah, it's getting closer. Oh, it's like I know in my mind when it's. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that whatever like look and feel you feel like best represents you as a person, we can accommodate that, right? You know, like if you want to look more professional with the bookshelf behind you, or you want to look a little bit more fun with like the lights or whatever behind you, like whatever it is that you're looking for, or just on a nice wall with a couple pictures and just a lamp or a light behind you. You know, how do we say that? I think that's actually pretty good. I think that's a good word there. Like adapt. Sorry. So we can. Our studio environment adapts to your style, so your personality will come through, like to fit your look and feel, to fit your brand. See, I just want to be careful in, promising too much, because I like your brand and like your look and feel. Our studio's environment adapts to your style, so your personality like will always come through, right? Or always shine through. Does that even make sense? Does that make sense that it'll change the look and feel, or do we need to say that somewhere? So you're yeah. So the look and feel, look and feel of your brand, like will come through. Our studio's environment adapts to your style. Or maybe like you'll always have the look and feel that you want. Yeah, I don't know. My goodness. Let's see. Our students environment. Like, do we need to say it needs to come through on video? So your video. Man, oh man. Having a tough time on this one. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to throw this into ChatGPT to help if they can clean this up a little bit. Uh, maybe I'll show you guys what I'm prompting here, I guess. Can you help me clean up this statement? I'm looking for a short sentence that lets my clients know that my film studio will always be able to change its look to match our client's brand. And what else can we say? So please feel free to rework this statement in any way you like, but keeping in mind that we want to focus on highlighting the benefits of the studio space to the potential client. I don't know, something like that. Our studio is fully customizable to match your brand's look and feel, ensuring your videos reflect your unique style and personality. That's not bad. Title, Never Alone. Professional advice in every minute so you can make the most of your time. Oh, that's like a new one. Oh, over the last point. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Never alone. Okay, hang on. Let's finish with this one, and then we'll move on to the next. Okay. She is fully customizable. I don't want to. It's tough to say fully customizable because what does that even mean? But let's just go. I think I like the word adaptable. To match your brand. Ensuring your videos reflect your unique style and personality. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. Right, guys? I think that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. Okay, so this one's good. I think this look professional is good. Okay, let's look at this full. Yeah. I like that. Never alone. It's like, I think that plays right with the... Well, it was not insecurities, but the anxiety or whatever of having to do this thing alone, of like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, don't worry about it. You're not alone. I like it. So professional advice. Yeah. So you can make the most of the time. I almost want to say something professional advice, like with you, like every step of the way. I don't know exactly how to say this here, but every step of the way, so you can make the most of your time. That's a really good point because I think it touches on the, oh, maybe this is too expensive. I'm billing out at $150 an hour, which is actually, by the way, looking at all these other places, is really cheap. And I never want to fight other places on price as well. But of course, because the studio is in my own building, I don't have to pay rent. So I don't have to accompany for that cost as well. Yeah. So. Yeah, professional advice with you every step of the way so you can make the most of your time. So I just changed that in terms of the advice for like every minute. I like that, available no matter what. But I think saying every step of the way is just another way of saying that we're always going to be there. But I wonder if we should say something. Professional advice. Oh, here's another. Does this, though, adequately convey that there's going to be an engineer with you all the time? Do we need to convey that? I mean, if you look at, this one doesn't have the frequently asked questions. I don't know if it should be on this page. Oh crap. Hang on, I got a phone call. 1 second here. Hello? Okay, we're back. Sorry, that was my mom. So I kind of want to. She's not watching my live stream. What's going on? Okay. Right. What was I talking about? Right. Do we need to say explicitly that there's an engineer? I think we say it in other places. So what's up, mom? Yeah, yeah. To all the moms. Hey, it's not Mother's Day, but that's okay. We love our moms no matter what day it is, right? Right. Okay. I don't know. I think this is good. Okay, maybe this one here. The point that I want to come across with this one, this might be a little bit too nuanced, but if you ever watch Joe Rogan, and he's not the only one that does this, but they have the big screen there, and he's always like, hey, Jamie, can you pull this up? Blah, blah, blah. He's just the tech guy that works the podcast with him. And they could bring up information on the screen. And if you see here, this is, can I be your Jamie? Yeah. Hey, listen, as soon as the unconventional mindset takes off, definitely going to need a Jamie. So 100%, he could be the Jamie. You'll be the Kevin. 100%. That would be amazing. Anyways, that being said, that's kind of the what I want to convey here is that there's a screen here available for you to put up and pull up whatever you want during your podcast or whatever. So how do I convey that to this? But again, maybe that's more of a feature, right? As opposed to a benefit, right? So I don't know, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let's think about that here for a second. So Rolando, you're saying, I would like to make a suggestion about the images. The section where the images are, make it full width. Oh, like these ones, like make it, I see what you mean. So instead of putting it, basically I have this, I think it's in this container here. Hang on a second. So I can pull this one out. No. Sorry. I don't need to pull it like that. Where am I? All right, here we go. Right, this image gallery. And I would pull this one out. So basically, I think you're thinking something like this, right, Rolando? We'd have to change this up a little bit in terms of how it looks, but I think this is what you mean, right? So if we look at this on a little bit more full screen, it's looking like this. Is that better? And then what we can do is, would it look better if we completely get rid of the spacing in between? Yeah, it might look better, eh? Yeah, that might look better. Let me jot that down. Gallery or full screen. So that's what you're saying. Okay, cool. What about making it a bit more dynamic with one image taking up 2 columns on each row? With one image taking up 2 columns. Okay, hang on. Let me read this. What about making it a bit more dynamic with one image taking up 2 columns a column is down on each row. And then one image in one column. Okay. I think what you're saying, like if I just extended this image and it would go this way, this one would span 2 images and this one, and then basically making it more, sorry, you mean row. All right, so this one will go, I think you're just saying making it more dynamic and having the images different sizes. Basically, I think is what you're saying, right? So I think that's what Rolando was saying at the start, making more of a, like a waterfall, or not the, what the hell is the word? There's a specific term for this. Jeez, you'd think I would know that. Yeah, you meant row. Yeah, okay. Shit, you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I'm trying to say here. This is why I'm getting out of the web design game. I can't remember shit like this. Like a masonry? Is it like a masonry? Bento, mason. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But it's not one of those two. It's something else that I was thinking. But mason is amazing. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So, right. Let's unpreview this. And now that I previewed, I don't think I can undo things here. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay. I'm just going to put it back here. But yeah, make it more visually appealing. All right, guys. Visual. Yeah. So I got that. Okay. We'll do that. Okay. Before we do that, let's just nail down this content here. Because I think this is our last one here, guys. Yeah, crystal clear display. Again, that's maybe instead, okay, let's take this out. Actually, hang on a second. Let's copy this. Let's just paste it here. So maybe this is, instead of talking about the display, talking about the features, let's talk about what it does, right? So this is like information, like displaying the information, right? Information like at your fingertips. This is or no, maybe dynamic podcast, something, maybe something like that, right? Or dynamic presentation. Let's just call it that way. Yeah, that makes, yeah, okay, we're getting somewhere here, guys. Yeah, we're cooking. So, I don't even know if we should say crystal clear display or if that even matters. Again, that's not what we're trying to sell here. We're not trying to sell how many nits our display is, or what kind of LED screen it is or whatever. Crystal clear 4K screen to display real-time visuals. Yeah, I think that kind of hits it, right? Crystal clear 4K display. Do we need to say the 55 inch? I don't even think we need to worry about the size. Crystal clear 4K screen. I don't know. Maybe, what do you guys think? Let me know if I should keep this in or not. You think the size is good to let them know? Why not, I guess? I mean, because you see the image here. It's okay. Well, this isn't it's not a small screen, but yeah, it's not going to hurt anything, I guess. Crystal clear 4K 55 inch screen. I mean, I guess as opposed to like a muddy, I don't know, I've seen like a muddy 4K display, but whatever. Crystal clear 4K 55 inch screen display. Available like for you? No, just to display real-time visuals such as logo, say logo graphics, and websites, I guess we'll say, during your podcast. Yeah. What is the most important thing here? I think we need to look at the order here. I think this never alone is the big thing, right? That's the big feature. This one is probably the least important, I think. I think we'll go look professional second. Never alone, look professional, fit your personality, and then dynamic presentation. Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. Okay. Space to bring your vision to life. So you're looking at studio. I think that flows, right? It's like I need something that's going to be able to get what's in my mind onto the screen. So what the hell does this mean? So I thought this sounded cool, but now that I'm thinking of this, again, the sober second thought, it doesn't really make any sense. A place created for all conversations. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not bad saying, I think it's basically saying like, it doesn't really matter what you want to talk about. It's just a place to create. Okay. Let's put a pin in that one. Okay. So Rolando, I think you were saying something. Was there something you were saying before that we need to take a look at? I can't remember now. You're talking about images. Okay, no, I think we tackled everything. Okay. At least content wise. All right, we got studio. Let's go back home here for a second. Okay. So my idea here with this turn your voice into a brand, grow your podcast into the next big thing with Pixel. I think this is hitting on the pain point. And this is where I'm really hoping that this is going to kind of grow with me with the unconventional mindset in the podcast that I'm doing, is that I'm trying to build this brand. I'm trying to build out my voice with my podcast and with what I'm trying to do. And it's one thing to have an idea, and it's one thing to even start a podcast, but it's a whole nother thing to get people to actually pay attention to what you're saying and to actually develop a podcast with a sizable, or what, not sizable, whatever following is that you want to have, right? Like, it's easier said than done. And there's much more to it than just, hey, launch a podcast and then if you build it, they will come, or whatever the thing is, right? Not so much of a thing. So that's the idea that I want to get at, or that I want to come across here. And that's the pain point that I want to touch upon. Right. So immediate delivery, full service experience, space to. So guys, is this okay here? Because this is really talking about, is this more features or is this benefit? So we definitely have the full service experience. So that's kind of, is this a benefit, I guess? Space to be yourself, fully equipped studio. Maybe there's some more wordsmithing we can do on this one as well. And this is the homepage, so it's really important to get this one right. Okay, unlock your podcast. So more images probably here is what I'm hearing Rolando scream scream at me right now, which I think does make sense. Great content. So again, yeah, we're talking about here, you need an audience, right? And we can help you do that. And how do you do that? Well, you got to plan You got to research your industry, research your niche, plan out what your podcast is going to be, how it is that you're going to be a good host, how you're going to engage with people on your show to make sure that it's not that it's an entertaining show, that it's going to flow, that's going to give value to your listeners and your target listeners. How are you going to take your episode and cut it up into little clips and bite-sized little pieces, and how are you going to use that on social media to help promote more people to find you and to become fans of your show. All that kind of stuff is super, super important. And it takes a lot of time. I haven't even launched my social media strategy here yet for me personally. So I definitely understand the pain points of how long this stuff takes. So yeah. Okay, I think we're okay. So that's home, how you work, pricing, amplify your voice to the world with your podcast. Again, going on the dream or selling the vision of getting your podcast out there, because you want your podcast to grow. Because I think that's for every podcaster, that's like the number one question is like, how do I get more people to listen to my show? Because that's ultimately what you want. Frequently asked questions. Okay. And then we have the studio page, and then we have the build. Oh, right. We need to change the name of this page, right? Yeah, and I don't know what we should do and how we should call this. So the service is we help you build out your own studio. Whether that's just going to be recommending gear to use, or it's going to be going the whole nine and looking at their space, going to their house or their studio, their bedroom, whatever, looking at the sound and all that stuff and just build out every single thing. Is there a max number of people that can be on camera at once? 40? Are you talking about what the studio itself, what we can do? So then I'm getting deja vu. I think you're talking about your deja vu. This is totally deja vu. Because weren't we, Kevin, talking about this in terms of live streaming and how many people you can have at the same time? This is giving me massive deja vu. Holy geez. That you can have in studio. Yes, I have it in the frequently asked questions. How many people, it's number one question. It's right there. How many people can fit in your studio? So right now we're saying a 2-person podcast is the most, but we're expanding to have 4 guests sooner rather than later. So yeah, it's definitely important to mention. And yeah, but if it's somebody that's doing like a video where they're doing like a YouTube video, then I guess they're really I don't know. They could have more than, I guess they would probably I would imagine that I'd get in touch with them to figure out if they want more than like 2 people. Generally speaking, I would imagine if you're going to shoot a type of video that has like multiple like actors or whatever in there, he's probably not going to want to come to my studio to do that kind of content, but we never know. We'll see what happens when people start booking. We'll kind of see how we could clean up the flow from like cold lead to booking and what needs to be done within our calendar or whatever to get the right type of information. So those are good. It's good points, good things to consider. Right. Okay. So I'm going to publish this right now, and then all these other things we'll have to clean up as we go. So are we good to go? Yeah, whatever. We're good to go. I need to change the icon as well for the favicon and whatever. So this is the old website. I guess if we refresh this, now we're here. Now, all right. Now this is live. Okay. Hopefully everything works. Are we still tracking? Rewardful. Okay, I need to get that out of there. Yeah, get that. Okay, let's go. Where are we? Let's go to our site settings. Custom code. Okay, we still got the Fathom Analytics, so that's good. But this we definitely don't need anymore. Let's save that. And let's publish. Let me write down that other note as well too. For the favicon. Okay, so what do we, yeah, what can we have for this build? Like home studio? No, we already had the word studio here. Yeah, I don't know. I need to think on that. Look professional on video. That's the pain point. I want to look good. I've been doing my Zoom calls for forever since the pandemic. And, you know, maybe I make some YouTube videos and they all look like crap because I'm just using my phone. I don't have time to learn about cameras. Like I always take it for granted, but I've been doing videos on, you know, YouTube in one form or another since like 2009, I think was my first go at it. So I've made lots of different videos. So I guess I take it for granted of like, oh, it's just easy. You don't know anything about your ISO and your shutter speed and blah, blah, blah. And your, all this camera stuff. And just, yeah, most people don't know that kind of stuff. So, and it takes a lot of time to learn, I would imagine. So well, I don't say what I imagine, but I don't know. I don't know how long it took me to learn. It took a while anyways, but it never was a learning thing. It was just something I just enjoy doing. It's like, I'm just going to figure this out because it's fun. But yeah, if I could skip people the heartache and the time it takes to like be able to even create a studio that looks kind of like this, I think that would be worth it for a lot of people. But anyways, what do we call that? Yeah, I don't know. We'll just call it build for now. And then we'll just think, if you come up with anything, do let me know, guys. I think I like it. No, I shouldn't say that. I like the service idea, but I don't know if I like the name. We'll come up with something better. All right. So that's live. So we got lots of stuff to do. We have to fix our images. We got some icons. We got to do some schema. We got to do some gallery. That's just another thing with the whole image thing. Maybe clean up some of the name and some of the names of the tabs of the main content or the main navigation area, I should say, like especially this build. Got to get a favicon up. So those are the big things. That's like 7 points that we need to make sure that we take care of. Is there anything else? And of course, well, the biggest thing now is we need to let people know that we're a business, right? That this is what we do now. So that's where, again, that's the biggest thing of any kind of business is marketing. You have to let people know who you are and what you do. Why, if we talked about video, is the image of a person and not that of a camera focused on a person. So I think what you're talking about is this. So this, I think it's hard to see, but this is, yeah, I think it's a little hard to see, but it's supposed to be a video of, well, it's a picture of someone doing a video like on camera. I guess that's what it is, right? Because that's me doing a video and that's the look, right? So it's almost like here's a professional look that you can have and achieve if you work with us. So that's why, yeah, I see what you're saying. It should be, you can almost have it like zoom out where it's almost like where you have this. I think maybe is kind of what you're looking at or thinking of is you can see, I mean, this, you can't really see the camera very well, but it's like the camera and then here's me at the camera and here's a setup, but then here and here is kind of what the whole setup itself looks like. So we should have more of a better view. So the idea is to kind of like this, where here's a setup and a view of what a studio could look like, right? Of the look that you're going for. So I think I hear you. So this is like, hey, this looks like a good video setup. That's the thing that I want someone to see or to have in their mind when they look at this. Like, oh yeah, I mean, here's a setup. I mean, yeah, it's me. That's all I have right now because I haven't done anybody else's studio other than mine. Maybe I did a couple other people's, but that was way back at work and they were very simple things. So I don't really have very many images that I could put up here. I don't know if this one would do better. Would this video, would this image look better here? Maybe you could try that. Let's take a look here. For background, we might have to put in some other gradient stuff here, but let's go. Ba, 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 ba. Where is that image? So many. Okay, here we go. Would this image look better? And we're going to need to put a background. Yeah, here we go. To make it look a little darker. Maybe something like. Oh, the camera photo. So we have. I think that's on this photo of a camera right here. Is that the photo? So you're saying yes. I do like, yeah, I do want to have pictures of people to make it at least a little bit more relatable. I feel like this one here maybe works better because you can see more like equipment and stuff as a studio looking professional. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I do prefer to have someone in there. So I think I might need to do better at getting better images for this. No, I 100% need to get better images for this. For sure. Let me replace this. There we go. So these are images of what it looks like. Hey, here's a studio shot. Here's a studio shot. Whatever. Yeah, maybe that looks a little bit better. Yeah, the problem I have with that. Where are we here? With this background image, let me just put it in here, so you can see what it looks like. Maybe it'll look really good. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I mean the problem with it's just. Let me hide this for a second. Like there's nobody on the chair. Yeah, it's just not clear. And of course, I don't like where this camera's positioned. I'd almost want to position it over here and not over top of the text. Yeah, I don't think it works very well. Leo, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. How are things going for you today? How's the coding going? Yeah, so I'm not a fan of this one. Let's undo that. Nothing else to undo. Okay, well that's annoying. Let's do that one. So yeah, I think this one looks better. Look professional on video. Yeah. Flip the image. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It would need to be flipped, or I need to have to do something on the other side. But again, I want to have images on these pages here. I had a third photo of two people in it, span 2 columns. Yeah, after this photo. So, but see, this one is, oh, what happened? Oh, I undid that one. I need to redo this. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. So what I want this to look like is I want them to be basically full on just headshots of what somebody looks like in their own built YouTube studio. So that's the idea I want. So I don't have any other people or any other photos that I have that would work for this. So like all the podcast shots and stuff that I have, they won't work for this because it's all about, I want people to see what it would look like for them to have their own professional studio. Like if I took a screenshot of me right now, looking at the camera with the lights, this is a shot that I would put up on here saying like, this is what your studio could look like. And then it would be like me, like, okay, well, you need to buy these lights, you need to buy these plants, you need to have this camera, you need this lens, you need these lightings for your whatever that's coming on my face now, all of that stuff, right? So that's the point of this page. Coding is going bad because I found a giant bug. Oh, that's not good. But at least if it's a giant bug, you know where to look, you know where to find it. But is it one of those things where it's not even just like it's a bug for one specific like function or whatever, but it's like almost like an underlying issue with how the whole application itself is working, because that's annoying. Because it's almost like you have to like rethink of how you're doing like everything, which is so annoying. So I feel your pain because I have been there and it's not fun at all. So hopefully it's not too big and something that you can figure out without too much pain. But what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Okay, let's publish this. It's because the space management of HTML. I don't even know what that means. The space management of HTML. Could not save your site. Please check your connection. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully my connection's still good and I'm still live. Yeah, what does that mean? The space management of HTML in terms of how? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound good. I'll say that. Okay. It's not publishing. Every once in a while, Webflow does this. Space I handle very complexly by HTML. BRB. All right, man. Take it easy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's annoying. Okay, so we're going to just give this a refresh because it seems to be hung up. All right. Let's pin that up. Let's try this again. Published. Oh, it says published a minute ago. Maybe I could go here and see if it's... Oh yeah, it looks like it's updated. My pricing still works. Yeah, it still looks good. All these things are working. Well, that's good. Seems to be working. This is the accordion. Is it a plugin? Or, no, what is it called? The FinSuite stuff. Not plugins. Attributes? I can't remember. But it's from FinSuite, which is really awesome. Man, I love those guys. Okay. This is the only page that doesn't have an actual person because it's just pricing, and I squished it up a little bit. Everything else from how we work, studio. This one doesn't have one of the people either. So maybe this should have some. Right, I just wanted to show the studio. Maybe I should have this with people. Because I just wanted to show the space. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. 3 out of the 5 pages have someone. And they're on the homepage as well too. Okay, yeah, this face is too much in the face. Needs to back up. But I like it though, seeing the catch light in the eyes though. I like that aspect of it. Okay. All right. So we're live. I think we're good. I think that's what we have. And I'd love to show one last thing here for you guys. If you wouldn't mind checking this out, if you have a few minutes. So for the podcast and for the site, for the podcast and what we're doing here on this live stream, is I put everything into finally this one spot of unconventional mindset, and it's .com. I just changed over from my site. And this is eventually going to be a membership site because I'm developing courses now as well too. But it's basically everything that I'm doing kind of pushed into this one spot, except I don't have a place for the live stream, which I need to put in. But it has the podcast, and then it has videos, which are the videos that I do, the live stream stuff, and some other videos that I'm going to start doing because I want to do more produced videos once a week. And then the newsletter as well too. So I'd love to hear your feedback on what you guys think of the site. And if you do want to stay in touch with me, it'd be awesome if you subscribe to this newsletter, 100% free, what have you. And in the future, of course, we're going to have a membership. And this is what I talked to you guys about this a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to I don't know if I'll do this on the live stream. Maybe I'll do it on the live stream as well. But I'm going to have everything into a Circle membership, which I think is going to make the most sense. And And then this will be something different than like Discord or whatever. Because the whole Discord thing, I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't know. I don't know what it is with Discord. I'm just not a fan of like actually using the product. So hopefully this is going to be better. But anyways, so really excited about that. So anyways, hang on. Admin, the administrator's here. Blah, blah, blah. Is this, okay, what is this? Have you tried Codium, Windsurf AI, or Copilot with Visual Code with AI? What's your opinion on AI who's developing? Is this like a real person, or is this like some chat thing that's going on here? I don't know, guys. Maybe you guys can let me know. But in good faith, answer the question. No, haven't tried any of that stuff at all. But what's your opinion on AI who's developing a platform within a few clicks? So I'm not exactly sure what that means in terms of developing a platform with few clicks, but I use AI quite a bit, and I think it's important for us all to learn how to use AI and to get savvy with it, because it's, whether we like it or not, it's going to become a big part of everyone's day-to-day life. So super important to use AI and to be versed in it. And if you want to use AI and then try it out and say like, it's not for me, then, that's fine. That's fine too. Anyways. All right. So yeah. And the whole idea here too is, I think this is important, and I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go, being totally honest about this, guys, but the whole idea, my whole goal again, is to break free from the 9 to 5. It's not saying that's for everybody. I'm sure a lot of people like their jobs, and that's great for you for liking your jobs and being in your job. It's not like it's a big thing, but for me, like, I've always wanted to be my own boss, have my own thing, and not have a boss that I have to report to and all that kind of stuff. And just like it says, live life on my own terms. That's the journey that I'm on. Been doing it for 2 years now, more than 2 years now. So super excited that I haven't had to go back and get another job since then. But the idea of trying to create a community that has that same goal and that same interest, and to have a space where we can get together and we could support each other, and we could encourage each other, and we could share the things that are working and that are not working, so that we can help each other lift out of that, out of the place where we don't want to be to the place where we do want to be. That's what I'm trying to build, and that's what I want to build. And yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in, obviously I think you are, because you're watching this now. Just super thankful for you guys for coming in here, watching these live streams and being a part of it. And I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to overlay kind of what my general goals are. So yeah, Rolando, I think we're just about wrapping up here. But yeah, see you next week. I'm going to buy food. Surely by the time I return, the stream will have finished. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. Yeah. Next week, I want to do these streams more. I really miss the everyday live stream. And I wonder if there's a way that I could fit into going back to everyday, but maybe being a little bit or a lot more focused on the everyday, more focused on the live stream, so that maybe it's just like, I'm doing this specific thing in the business. Let's get together and let's do it on the day to day. Yeah, is that saying? Yeah, be more focused on what I'm live streaming on the day to day, and maybe thinking about bringing in guests as well too. Because I had that idea. Then I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be doing podcasting more, maybe it doesn't make more sense because it's going to be like web design people. But maybe we can do podcasting people on the live stream. I don't know. So I haven't figured it out yet. I just know I love interacting with you guys, and it's just so much fun. So I want to do more of it. Flip the image with the camera. Yeah. The camera, it's not the ideal picture of what I want on that specific page. So I'll figure it out. I'll get some more pictures. Yeah, it'd be nice. Not so much just having my face on there. So I appreciate that. But we'll get better pictures here at some point, no doubt. All right. With that being said, I think that's everything. I think I don't have anything else I want to say or do. We got the website live, so we are live. We're live. Everything's good. I think everything's working, right? I didn't check all the buttons and the links, but everything seems to be going good. I could look at here, podcast 90 minutes, 2-hour podcast. Everything's linking to calendar and to the scheduling. Pretty good. Yeah, you want to book a 3-hour podcast. Everything looks like it's working. Yeah, I think we're doing good. Oh, so it'd been you're an actual person. You're not like a bot. That's awesome. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, you're doing great. Thumbs up. I love it. I saw your previous project. Hats off to your consistency. Yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, we're moving all kinds of different directions. We're trying to figure out what works. We're trying to grow the business, and yeah, just enjoying the process as well too. I think that's super important. And yeah, I don't know, just having people like you, Rolando, Kevin, just kind of coming in and just cheering on and just even saying hello, having these discussions. Just so grateful for that, and it's just nice motivation, and to just keep going and to keep doing it. So I appreciate that. Appreciate it very, very much. Yeah. So yeah, okay, we're good. I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining today. Of course, Admin, Leo, Rolando, Kevin. Is there anybody else? Brent, of course. Sorry, Brent, can't forget about you. Appreciate you guys stopping by. As always, thank you so much. And as for me, as always, I'll be back here again on Monday for a brand new stream. Until then, take care. Have a great rest of your week. Work hard on your projects. And if you do want to get in touch with me, just email me or what have you. Always happy to touch base whenever. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you next time.